Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be starting with Finland. Just like I told you in my last video, we are starting the series of the 7 best countries to migrate to, right? So today we are starting with Finland. Yeah, so if you're interested in migrating to Finland, welcome to Travel and Explore with Folu. This is a channel where I share information about visa processing, tourist centers around the world, travel news, travel tickets, and travel essentials. So if this is what you are interested in, be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that anytime I put up a new video, you'll be the first person to be notified. All right, so thank you and you're welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber and you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. Okay, support this girl. Let's grow this community. All right, thank you so much. So right now we'll quickly move on to how to migrate to Finland. Welcome back. So if you want to migrate to Finland, if you are staying in Finland more than 90 days, you are required to have a resident permit. And if you are staying less than 90 days, which is 3 months, less than 3 months, that means what you need is a visa to stay in Finland. Today we are talking about resident permit, so we'll be moving into resident permits because that is what is required to stay in Finland. To migrate to Finland, you just got to have your resident permit. Aside that, there are 6 ways in which you can migrate to Finland, as in 6 ways to get the residence permit. So I'm going to be telling you one after the other, the 6 ways to migrate to Finland. All right, so the number 1 is either you have a work there or you have a business in Finland. That's the first way to migrate to Finland. So if you are thinking about migrating to Finland, is either you look for a job in Finland or you are trying to establish a business in Finland, then you are liable to have a residence permit. And aside that, there are also several ways under work and business that you are liable to have a residence permit. That is, if you are a specialist, if you're a researcher, or you are on working holidays, or you are an athlete and you are staying in Finland more than 3 months, or if you are an athlete visiting, or you are a consultant and there's something they call peer, something like that. If you are in those categories, then you are liable for residence permits. So if you are working, you must make sure that the kind of work you are having is a high-paying income job, and the job is enough to support you throughout your stay in Finland. You are able to support yourself. So this kind of requirement is applied to all kind of residence permits. So you must be able to support yourself if you are ready to migrate to Finland, and you must have a high-paying job, or your business must be worth it for you to stay in Finland. So that is the number 1 on how to migrate to Finland. The second way to migrate to Finland is if you want to move in with your family. That means if you have a family that has a resident permit, or the family is a citizen of Finland, that is when you can migrate to Finland. So this family member is going to act as a sponsor for you to come to Finland. And who is considered as a family member in the Finnish law? Your spouse, a registered partner, a cohabitant partner, a guardian of underage child, and a child. So those are the people that are considered as your family member that can sponsor you to have a residence permit in Finland. So this kind of residence permit has no restriction at all. Yeah, it has no restriction. And don't consider dating as a family. Dating is not considered as a family. You might be thinking that, okay, because I'm dating a Finnish person who is a resident, who has a resident permit in Finland, I'm considered as a family. No, it's a no-go area. Dating is not considered as a family member. All right. So now we move on to the third one. This third one is mostly the way many people migrate to Finland, which is through study. So you can actually migrate to Finland through study. That means you must have been accepted into Finnish school. You must have been accepted into Finnish university. If your study is more than 90 days, that means if your study is more than 3 months, that means you need a residence permit. But if your study is below 3 months, is below 90 days, you don't need a resident permit. What you need is a visa. There is also money involved, because before you are allowed to migrate to any country at all, you must have enough capital. That means your proof of fund must be huge. You must have enough proof of fund. Read my lips. Proof of fund. You must have enough proof of fund before you can migrate to any country. Okay, is that understood? So if you are a student, you must have at least 560 euro per month that can sustain you per month. That is the requirement to be able to support yourself during studies. The monthly amount of money you are required to have to be able to support yourself monthly while you are studying in Finland. That means if you are studying for a year, that means you will have to have like 6,720 euro to be able to support yourself in a year. Hope you understand this. So that is the requirement for studying in Finland. And when you're studying in Finland, you are required to have a resident permit, because you are staying in Finland more than 3 months. And if you have a scholarship, that is good for you. So if you are a student and you have a resident permit, you are allowed to work for 25 hours a week during the semester period and unlimited time during the holidays. That means there's no limits during the holidays for your working hours. You can work as long as you want, but during the study period, during the semester time, you only have 25 hours a week to work. And after graduation from Finland University, you are allowed to apply for resident permit for a year to enable you to get a job after graduation. All right, that is it for resident permit through study in Finland. I hope you guys are grasping it. So right now we'll move to the next one. So the number 4 way to migrate to Finland is through remigration. We call this remigration. What this means is, if your forefathers are from Finnish, or you have a close connection in Finland in some way. But the interesting part about this remigration is that there is no proof of fund required in this pathway. So in this remigration pathway, so far your forefathers or you have a close connection in Finland, you are not required to provide proof of fund. So you can migrate to Finland. You can have your residence permit to stay and live in Finland, all right? So far you can prove your connection to Finland, you are good to go. Or if you are a former citizen, so the categories of this remigration is, if you are a former citizen of Finland, you are descendant of Finland citizen by birth, maybe your parents or your grandparents, then you are good to go. You can have a resident permit in Finland and no proof of fund required. All right, so that is the 4th pathway of migrating to Finland. So right now I'm going to move to the 5th way of migrating to Finland. Is if you are coming to Finland on another ground entirely. That is, if you have a relationship with a Finnish citizen or a resident permit, and there is an establishment, there is this connection, there is a ground that this relationship would lead to marriage, then you can apply for residence permit. That is if your intention is to get married and you have a job limit. If you are applying for resident permit. You have a job limit. Yeah, that means you are limited to some jobs, and you must be able to prove to them that you can support yourself. So this is the fifth way of migrating to Finland, that is having a resident permit in Finland. So the last one but not the least is resident permit for human trafficking. That is, if we are in Finland due to human trafficking. When we are talking about human trafficking, we are talking about if you are forced into sex to come to Finland. So you will be given a resident permit because you'll be needed to stay in Finland for them to investigate the trafficking and to help them to catch the suspects. And you are no longer in the custody of the traffickers. So this is another way of getting the resident permit and staying in Finland. That is all the 6 pathway of getting a resident permit in Finland and migrating to Finland. The good thing about this resident permit of Finland is if you have a resident permit, your family can also apply for resident permit based on that. And for the European Union, the Liechtenstein and that's Switzerland, you don't need resident permit to stay in Finland. So far your intentions is genuine. All you need to do is to register your residency with the police, and it's under this condition before you are allowed to stay in Finland. That is, if you have a job there, if you have a business, or you are studying in Finland, or you have a long time family ties in Finland, and you must have enough money. If you have enough money, you can stay in Finland. You are welcome to stay in Finland. So far you are from this Europe. So far you are from European country, European Union, Liechtenstein or Switzerland or Swiss. You can stay in Finland as long as you want. All you need to do is to register your residency with the police. So that is it on migrating to Finland. Before you migrate to Finland, one thing about Finland is immigration in Finland is not really very active because the Finnish people are not used to welcoming people to their country. It's always them. I'm sorry if I'm using the word them. The thing is, it's always within themselves. They grow up together like that. It is just the Finnish from their childhood to their old age like that. They are not very good in welcoming people. So it is just recently that they started allowing people into their country. So it might be a little bit difficult to migrate to Finnish, but it's a very peaceful country that you can migrate to. But in case you are there and you see that they are just doing their thing on their own, it's because they are not used to welcoming people. They are not used to visitors in their country. So it is just recently that they are just allowing people to come to their country. So that is it today on migrating to Finland. If you want to migrate to Finland, so till next time I come your way, we'll be moving to the next topic, which is UAE. If you want to migrate to UAE. So till next time I come your way, kindly subscribe to this channel. The next one is UAE. So the next time I come your way, I will be sharing how to migrate to UAE with you. Stay safe and kindly subscribe. I request that you subscribe to this channel so that we can grow this community, and kindly like this video, give thumbs up and share to other people. I hope I've been able to share some information that you need about Finland, and I hope that you kind of do more research on this. A disclaimer here, I always put a disclaimer. I'm not an immigration consultant, I'm not an agent. I'm just putting this to you based on my research. I'm just giving you a first-hand information, then you can go and do your research based on what I just shared. All right, and I'll appreciate it if you can leave a comment down below. If there's anything you want to ask me at all, leave it in the comment section below. I will definitely respond to your comments. Or better still, you can send me an email at travelandexplorewithfolu@gmail.com. I'll put the link in the description box below, and all these I'm going to put it in description box below. So if you need any information, you can always go to the description box, send me a comment, or you send me an email. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Till next time I come your way with an exciting video about UAE, migrating to UAE. So guys, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when the video is out. All right, so till next time I come your way, it's your girl signing out. Bye bye.